Hey guys, welcome to the review show. My name's Austin, and The Mandalorian Chapter 22 is out on Disney Plus right now. Spoilers. That's all I can really say. So if you guys haven't watched the episode, don't watch this and watch the episode, come back, and we'll get into things. This might be a really short episode. We'll see how much I go into a deep talk of this one, because yeah, this season has just been sort of disappointing. I was hoping, at this point, I'm just waiting for the show to end because I'm just like, the setup that they're going for is too late. It's too late. We have 2 more episodes left. We don't know where Moff Gideon is, and he's supposed to be the supposed villain of the season, and the whole tension is just gone. There's no tension, there's no suspense, it's just simply gone. And this episode shows it even more, that all the previous episodes, besides a couple, maybe 1 or 2, mostly the last one and the Doctor episode, are pointless. Every single episode of this season was pointless, besides those 2. And I guess this one, because it's driving the story somewhere, I guess. And yeah, this is not a bad episode. It's decent at best. It was surprisingly cool to see Jack Black in it. I didn't know that he was gonna be in Star Wars. I knew that he was a big Star Wars fan, but I didn't know he was gonna be in Star Wars. So to have him play this sort of top role of a character in this city was interesting. He's not in it very long, but it was cool, I guess. But apparently he was an Imperial. That I don't buy. I don't buy Jack. I'm sorry. Jack Black is too recognizable as a good person that it's hard to see him play an Imperial person. And so, again, we don't know what type of Imperial he was. Maybe he was against everything. I don't know. There's some backstory there. But I was like, oh, okay, interesting. But so Mando and Bo-Katan. Don't know why I'm always saying her name wrong. Have to go to this planet to get her tribe back, basically. And that before that you find out that her original tribe is like now mercenaries, and they're doing jobs where they had to bring back somebody. I don't know what that was all about. Whatever that is. But before they ever can get to go talk to them, they have to go help basically the mayor of the city, and basically find out why that these battle droids are malfunctioning and basically attacking people. And it's like, it's very obvious where this is, like, who it is. It's another filler episode to get to a thing. So like, this is not a terrible filler episode, because you kind of figure out where Mando and Bo-Katan both stand on how they do things. So like, their characters are moving somewhat, but at the same time, it's too late. We're too late in the game to do this. Like, at this point, it's like, get to the fucking point. But so they help them out, and like, they go around. It was cool to see them do this detective work. They're going around asking questions. Mando is like kicking every single droid that walks by, and the battle droid's like, stop doing that. You're gonna piss one of them. You're gonna piss them off. Well, if they're programmed to do the thing, they shouldn't feel anything, right? And so, at first I was thinking, are they going into a way where the droids are getting feelings in some way? Okay, sure, let's see where that goes. But no, apparently someone put nano droids in these droids' drinks, type of deal, and they are being reordered into a way where they're attacking people because they're first of all, the droids are afraid that the humans will be taking their jobs, even though that's not the case. When we clearly when they clearly first said, like, one of the first things that are said to our characters, that our people wouldn't know how to survive if our droids malfunctioned and they went away. And so, so I don't know why they're worried in the first place that humans would be taking over their jobs. It doesn't really make any sense, but okay. And why they have feelings for that. And next, so you come to the conclusion that the security guard, which wasn't that surprising, is doing it, and he was a separatist, a previous before the Empire, which the separatists are basically the separatists and the clone army were the same thing. It's just, so I don't know why he didn't join the Empire. Maybe he didn't like the Empire's point of views or things. I don't know. We didn't really get that much insight. But at the end of the episode, he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the things I did." It's like, "What? No, you're not. What? Like, it's just. I don't. This episode was just pointless. It's a fun episode, but at the point that we are in the season, it's pointless because it doesn't add anything besides that of how Bo and Mando do things. Bo is trying to be more a professional in some way and like think of other sides and not straight up antagonizing people. And Mando's more of like, up front and like, if you don't answer the questions, I'm gonna cut off your arms or something. I forget what threats he gives. And they get different point of sides of how they're gonna run, how they would run things. And it's like, is this setting up to some conflict of how leadership is? No. So by the end of the episode, Bo-Tan basically fights the leader of the new tribe. She becomes leader again. And it's like, oh, okay, well, everyone's gonna follow me now. Basically making the plot of them leaving in the first place pointless. Why did they leave in the first place? Because she didn't have the Darksaber. But then she beats did she lose in a fight? And next, the new leader became the leader of the tribe? Or did they just got up and left without her? And they decide he's the new leader? What's the difference of that between of her just taking the Darksaber? That doesn't make any sense. So there's confusion there. It's like, did they fight originally and she originally lost? Clearly not, because clearly she looks like the better fighter in general. So that doesn't make any sense. So they had to give up, just get up and leave completely. So what's the difference of her just taking the Darksaber from Mando without, I don't know. But she takes it anyway because Mando says oh, well, I technically lost it against something earlier in the season, and she defeated that thing. So technically it's hers. I'm like, what? I don't like that. And so that tension between their leadership is technically gone because that's all pointless to set up of how they do things. We already know how Bo acts. We know that she's more efficient than Mando, and Mando's more hardcore. We already know that. So it was the whole point of them bantering about how to do things. If it was set up in a way where he had the Darksaber, and so some of them chose him for the Darksaber, but also the way that, and they like how that he does things, and I don't know, it sets up some conflict that way. I don't know, but all that's kind of thrown out the window anyways, and they're gonna follow her because now she has the Darksaber. She's also the leader of basically both tribes, both clans, and they're gonna reclaim Mandalore. And so that's basically this whole entire episode. And I really don't feel anything. I really don't care. And it feels like that they're just trying to basically, they don't want Mando to be the leader, which is fine. But you don't have to do this in a lazy way. Because they're clearly setting up that Bo can be a leader and she can run Mandalore while Mando goes off and does his own thing. That's what seems like it's going towards, unless it somehow changes in the 2 episodes of like and he suddenly wants to be leader. It doesn't make any sense, but it's the way I'm seeing it. That's how they want to do it, but you still can have an interesting story and an interesting tension and still do the same thing. You can have Mando lose at the end of this season, and he can just go off at his own thing. He doesn't have to die. Like, he can yield. Like, even in this episode, Bo-Katan gives the other leader the option to yield, but he doesn't. But she still lets him live. Like you don't. Do you have to fight to the death with the Darksaber? It seems like you have to fight to the death either way, but it's kind of up to your decision. I don't know. I just see that it's somewhat of lazy writing, and that's how I feel with all these episodes so far, because we're just so late into the game at this point. I'm gonna give The Mandalorian Season 3, Chapter 22 a C-. It's a decent episode, but I won't really remember it that much. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this season so far. We have 2 more episodes left. What are you guys' thoughts of this episode? I don't know. Let's have a conversation down below in the comment section. And like always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.